How's she going, boys? Mike here. Welcome back to Grampy's Workshop. You know what? Today is kind of a special day. It was 1 year ago today that I published my first video on YouTube. So, how about that? But anyway, to get on with what's going on today, on my lane and my landing out here, I've got gravel down, and I had a video earlier, and I'd like to be able to post a link somewhere, but I'm not much good at posting links. But anyway, I was dragging that lane and kind of raking it off with my landscape rake. Well, anyways, yesterday I went out. The grass and the weeds were starting to grow in the gravel, as they do. So I went out yesterday with the rake on the tractor and I raked it all off. Now, I tried to take a video of that, and I'm going to try and post that maybe next week. But it didn't turn out that great. I had camera problems and, well, anyway, not going to go there. But in the meantime, I have another little drag that I put behind either the lawn tractor or one of my ATVs. And I drag that around because the landscape rake that's on the tractor, now this is probably my fault, but I'm not real good at finishing and smoothing it all out good. So I have this little drag that goes behind, like I say, the lawn tractor or the ATV. And I drag that over it, and that kind of smooths out some of the lumps and cleans up my mess. It's like putting molding on a job when you're doing something in the house or the camp or something. You put molding up to cover your mistakes. Well, this is what this little drag is all about. But anyways, the job I have today is I have to rework my drag a little bit. I'm just going to show you the drag. It's not much, but I'll show it to you. And the little job that I have to do on it today. And this will be celebrating my first anniversary on YouTube, fixing my drag for the yard. Alright, you're going to have to work with me on this one. Anyway, kind of hard to see this gizmo, but there's the drag. All it is some chain link. This looks like 3-inch chain link fencing section here. It's about 38 inches long, or 38 inches wide, and probably 4 feet long. Anyway, that drags behind the bike, and at the head of it I have just a couple pieces of angle. And that drags along the ground and sort of shaves off the ground, the rock or whatever you're dragging. And the idea being that these pieces will shave off the grade, and any rocks will bounce out onto this mesh and be either carried away in the mesh or just gently distributed in the rest of the area. I'm sure you've seen these drags around. Anyhow, I thought what would happen if I put more weight on it, it might work a little better. So I made this box to go on the top, right here, and I have a couple of cinder blocks that I place in here, and that gives it some good weight. When I was dragging yesterday, oh, by the way, then what I did was I fastened a piece of chain on the lead edge of the drag, and in that chain I just fashioned a little loop here with one of those quick links, and I just hang that loop over the trailer hitch, the ball hitch on the bike or the garden plow, and I drag it around. Well, what happens is from pulling on here, these loops kind of have gotten deformed. This one over here is just about pulled right out. There's the 2 loose ends right there. Just about pulled right out. And also, these angles have changed position. So I think what I can do is, without a lot of heartache, I can take this box off the top. I'm going to take these angles completely off, and I'm going to switch them end for end. So I'm going to put those angles on this end of the mesh, and I'm going to start over, and I'll drag it just the other way. So what do you think? Will that work? That's what I'm going to try and do anyhow. So the first thing I have to do is get this box off of here. I see there's just a couple of screws that I put in here, so I'm just going to take those screws out of there. Holy smokes, I'm allergic to work. Alright, so Now I think I'll take my chain off of here. These quick links, they're some nice, they come in some handy. There's a fair good strength of them too, but I wouldn't trust them like for my life. But for something like this, not bad. All right, geared up here. There, I finally got that one off. So there's one of the angles. And there's the other one. There it is. So there's my 4 pieces of angle, right there. So, that's the plan, just to flip it around. That end down there is kind of mangled, but that's okay. I'm going to straighten this end out, and then bolt those angles back on. So, I got it kind of halfway straightened out here. So this angle goes on the bottom, and I think that was at the back last time, so I'm going to move that to the front. And then this one goes on the top, and I know that because it's got holes drilled in it here to secure my my weight box on the top. So that goes on the top. And I'm going to leave the first row of links past the bar, so it has something to hook my chain to. So I got the first set of angles on here. Now I'm going to put up the second set. The trick here is get them sort of half lined up, but that's not really rocket science. The other thing is I have to make sure that my weight box fits in there. So my weight box is 10 inches wide. So as long as I leave the gap in there 10, 10 and a half, it should be great. Washer and a nut. Now to tighten these, you can tighten them I suppose until the bolt broke, because they don't really come tight because you're squeezing these two brackets, these two angles down on the screen. So what you do is you just snug them up so that you think it's tight enough. What I'm doing is I'm checking the amount of bolt that's past the nut, just to get an idea that they might all be the same. So there. Okay. What I'm going to do is move this in the first joint in the link. I don't know how well you can see that from over there. But right there, that way I'm pulling on this piece of chain link and the second one. So I don't know if that'll make a difference, but it'll make me feel better anyway. Alright, so that's that. Now I'll take my weight box. Position that about in the middle. Put some screws back in it. there we have it. Now this end is kind of mangled up, but when all is said and done, that doesn't matter. So I'm going to package it up. We're going to go outside and try it. Alright, there it is, with the screen spread out behind it and the cinder blocks in the holder. So we're just about ready to go. So we take this chain here and we just hook that on the trailer hitch, just like that, and we drag it around. So what'd you think? Didn't turn out too bad, eh? Well, pretty simple job. I just changed those brackets from one end of the screen link to the other end, and then remounted my weight box, put the cinder blocks in it. And it works good. It's great for tidying up after running the landscape rake around. So hey, it's great. And when I'm doing the landing like that, it's a lot like driving a Zamboni. I always wanted to drive a Zamboni, now I can, kinda. Anyways, if you like that little video, thumbs up me. And this is my, like I said, my first anniversary on YouTube. I can't believe a year's gone by already. I enjoyed it. It was great fun. And I want to thank each and every one of you folks for tuning in and watching. So thank you, 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 thank you. Oh, and the guy down back, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I went 1 year on YouTube, and it was good fun. I had a great time doing it, but I really wasn't pushing for subs because I wasn't interested in subs. A lot of people, you know, I think sacrifice their channel just to make content, so hopefully they can get more views and then consequently more subs. And I was never really interested in the sub part of it. I like the interaction between myself and the viewers, and I want that to continue. For God's sakes, I love that. But I'm going to try and push the envelope a bit this year, and I'm going to try and get to 1,000 subs. Now, I'm only at, I don't know, 273 I think this morning. So I got a long ways to go, but my goal this year as a retired gentleman in the woods is I'd like to get a check from YouTube for a little bit of cash. It might only be, you know, I don't know, 2 cents. I don't care what it is. I want to get a check from YouTube, and when I get that, I'm going to make a little frame, I'm going to set it up, put it on the wall, and that'll be there for eternity. I'll never cash it. So I'm not in this for the money, just want to get a check from YouTube. So, if you're not subscribed already, how about clicking the subscribe button for me? I'd appreciate that, because we're going to go for gold this year, folks. So thanks for watching, thumbs up me, and we'll talk to you.